August 22, 1191, a Crusader army led by Richard the Lionheart of England began its march from the coastal city of Acre to the southern port city of Jaffa. This move followed the successful capture of Acre earlier that year. Richard recognized the strategic importance of Jaffa as a supply and staging area for a potential assault on Jerusalem. However, the city's fortifications had been destroyed the previous summer by Muslim forces of the Ayyubid Sultanate under Saladin, who sought to deny the Crusaders any advantage. Richard's army included 2,000 mounted knights and approximately 1,000 to 1,200 infantry, comprising spearmen, archers, and crossbowmen. Fully aware of Richard's intentions, Saladin mobilized an army of 2,500 men to prevent the Crusaders' advance. Richard, recalling the disastrous Crusader defeat at Hattin 4 years earlier, took meticulous steps to avoid exhaustion and vulnerability. His forces marched at a cautious pace of 5-6 kilometers per day, ensuring frequent rest stops near water sources to mitigate the effects of the Arabian summer heat. To bolster their supply lines, Richard also deployed a fleet of ships that shadowed the army along the coast. The Crusaders marched with their right flank protected by the sea, maintaining strict discipline and formation, despite persistent harassment by Saladin's skirmishers. These tactics, though frustrating, were unable to break the Crusaders' morale or cohesion. By early September, Saladin realized that skirmishes alone would not halt the Crusader advance. His army, consisting of Bedouin archers, Turkish horse archers, Sudanese infantry, and the elite Mamluks, On September 7th, the Crusaders resumed their march, only to find Saladin's scouts swarming around their position. As the Crusaders approached the wooded region near Arsuf, Saladin saw an opportunity to launch a large-scale attack. The dense forest provided cover for his forces, allowing them to move unseen and strike with surprise. "Brave enough, Emmett. We can save the daylight side for you," said the knight, offering up a helping hand. Saladin's troops initiated the battle by unleashing volleys of arrows, hoping to lure the Crusaders into breaking their defensive formation. Muslim horse archers, many of whom dismounted for better accuracy, rained arrows on the Crusaders, gradually increasing casualties. Despite this relentless assault, Richard maintained discipline among his men, refusing to allow his knights to pursue the attackers and risk exposing the army's flanks. After hours of relentless pressure, the Hospitaller Knights at the rear of the Crusader formation broke ranks and charged the Moslem lines. The sight of their comrades falling to enemy arrows had driven them to act against Richard's orders. Their sudden assault inspired nearby Crusader troops to follow suit, initiating a counterattack. The heavy cavalry charge, led by the Hospitallers and supported by other knights, shattered Saladin's forward ranks. Richard himself joined the fray, rallying his men and fighting alongside them. The ferocity of the Crusader attack overwhelmed the Muslim forces, causing Saladin's lines to falter. The Crusaders' counterattack soon turned into a rout. Saladin's troops, disorganized and demoralized, began retreating up the forested hills of Arsuf. The Mamluks and Saladin's personal guard provided cover, ensuring the Sultan's safety during the retreat. Despite their exhaustion from the intense fighting, the Crusaders had achieved a significant victory. The Battle of Arsuf inflicted heavy losses on Saladin's forces. While Crusader chroniclers claimed around 7,000 Muslim casualties, more conservative estimates suggest the number was somewhat lower. On the Crusader side, losses were reported to be around 700 men. This victory solidified Richard's reputation as a brilliant military leader and paved the way for the Crusaders to secure Jaffa, a critical step toward Jerusalem.